Yup. Yup. Who says your boy can't stay on top of current events, huh? Who said that? Me? You're right. That's right, we are back today with another brand new episode of Drewden Hates on Everything. Very special occasion today. We got the new fucking Megadeth album, alright? Megadeth is like one of my favorite bands of all time. So you're wondering, how could I hate on this? Good question. I kind of struggle to figure that out myself. Megadeth have been on like a strong uphill trajectory since The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Out of all of their albums, like that one and Dystopia are both just perfect fucking thrash metal in this day and age. Fuck whatever Metallica's doing. This is the real deal. I unironically mean that. Like, Megadeth actually does mean a little bit to me, so going into this album with the expectation of hating it has a lot of weight to it when you start thinking about it. Which gets me onto my main topic. Why am I about to start hating on this album? Well, you see, there's two reasons. Number one, it's been going really good for Megadeth so far, but as far as that's concerned, let's think about that relative to like the rest of their discography. Let's say from like Dystopia onwards. Because in my opinion, Dystopia is where this band takes off big time. I mean, they have Kiko as a guitarist, they still have their drummer. Dave Mustaine is another thing entirely. So as we all know that in between The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead and Dystopia, Dave Mustaine was tragically killed in a bus accident. It was a really tough time for the band, all things considered. I mean, Dave Mustaine had been their vocalist all the way until that point, and it's just hard to replace somebody who's been such a powerhouse of the band, you know? They tried with different vocalists over the years until they finally settled on a dude who could reach Dave's highs and lows and mids just like any other iteration of Dave. His name was Megadeth. Now, as far as his performance on The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead is concerned, as well as the singles leading up to this album, Megadeth can largely do a lot of what Dave Mustaine was able to do, except he does it in a way that is just, I don't know, more polished, which in a way is both a pro and a con. I mean, it's just kind of different flavors of the same thing. Dave had a really raspy voice later into his life, and meanwhile, Maeve brings that same kind of raspiness, but like, it's toned back a bit. But we didn't come here to talk about these previous albums. We came here to review and react to the new Megadeth self-titled. It's finally here, supposed to be their last album. I'm not gonna lie, the singles leading up to this were kind of derivative. Namely derivative of Metallica. I mean, naming your song Ride the Lightning, given the history that Dave had with Metallica, it's kind of weird. Which honestly is kind of a fitting way to end things, going off on a self-titled. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Megadeth. I mean, there's probably bigger fans than I mean, I haven't really bought any of the merch. Also, I may have listened to the leak. But I feel like what Maeve has set up for this band in terms of like a fitting final album largely lands in terms of how the singles sound so far. Because not gonna lie, I like the singles leading up to this album. I think that they were pretty unique and original. It shows a different side of Megadeth that Dave might have been endorsing in his life if he had taken that creative direction. But with Maeve at the helm, we kind of see this in like full force on this album. Like, we saw a little bit of it on the last album, but on this one, so far, I mean, there's been like, what, 4 or 5 singles dropped? Yeah? So we're gonna go right into this thing. Megadeth, new album. What are we expecting? That's another question that should be answered. What are we expecting with this album necessarily? Because we're expecting thrash. We're expecting good thrash. We're expecting advanced thrash. We're in the new era now. We have AI. Megadeth has always been about AI. I think it's absolutely fitting for Dave Mustaine to try and employ that on this album, and I'm very excited to see what he does with it. But that's not necessarily an expectation for this album. This is heavy metal after all. Heavy metal is designed to be pure, and it's designed to be focused on emotion. And as we all know, AI does not have emotions. So it's going to be interesting hearing absolutely emotionless music. I think with Maeve Disdain at the helm, things are going to take a really interesting turn. I don't know if they're going to take as interesting a turn as like some bands that incorporate more heavy use of electronics into their sound, or just full-on fucking bit crush every aspect of the creative process as they do it. I mean, I love the latter, but I mean, hey, you can't argue with the former either. So what I'm expecting for this album? I don't know, but I'm expecting music. And I think that's something that we can all agree on will be present on this album, is music. How long of music? About like 47 minutes. Yeah, that one I actually have an answer for. So without further ado, we're gonna listen to Megadeth, the Megadeth album. The White Album, if you will, compared to the Black Album. I mean, as you know, Metallica and Megadeth, they go pretty far back. That's another thing I should mention before we start this review, is that having a Ride the Lightning cover be on a self-titled White album when you're Megadeth, there's layers to this, huh? And by layers, I mean like maybe 2 or 3. I mean, imagine if the Beatles made like a cover of Long Promised Road from Magical Mystery Tour. So yeah, that's one layer of this, at least. What's the next layer, though? Is he trying to get back at them? Is he trying to say, hey, I'm ending Megadeth, so you better kick Kirk out now? Dude, imagine Metallica with Maeve Disdain. That would be like so fucking crazy. Dave would have never done that shit because he's you know how Dave was. But Maeve Disdain doesn't have any of that history with Metallica. He just has like the raw talent there. Imagine if he ends Megadeth and ends up joining Metallica and just kicking the fuck out of Kirk. And then he leaves and replaces John 5 in Motley Crue. And then John 5 leaves and attempts to join Rob Zombie. And then Rob Zombie gets ousted from his own project and then goes and joins Fear Factory. Just imagine the domino effect that could happen from that. Honestly, I'd want to see Maeve Disdain join Metallica. But enough. Enough of all that. We came to listen to the album, didn't we? So, without further ado, I will sneak behind my computer and we're gonna play some goddamn... By the way, I'm choosing to do this ethically. I'm listening to this on Spotify. Megadeth. That's right. We're gonna play this new album. I wonder how it's gonna sound. It's probably gonna sound fucking great. Alright. Here we go. Here we fucking go. What did you think was going to happen? You really think I have the patience to sit here on my own and actually listen to this album? Why? To find anything good to say about this album would be in other people's hands, not mine. I don't give a shit enough to do this, and yet I did this anyways, so... Alright. So I guess, yeah, we can end the video now. Yeah.
She give me what I wanna. Boss on her, need a warm up. I back it up, big time stunner. I'm out here on the come up.